I heard a rumor that my favorite restaurant in Magic Kingdom changed their menu. Liberty Tree Tavern is serving up a Thanksgiving-style feast 365 days a year, with turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, and more. But with some recent changes, is this restaurant still on top? Let's go find out. Today, I am here in Magic Kingdom for a little investigation. The other day, it was reported to me that the menu at Liberty Tree Tavern may have changed a bit. And with Thanksgiving just around the corner, I figured I'd come check it out. Disney still hasn't announced this change and is being very sneaky about it. So let's head inside and see exactly what has changed. All right, we have made our way inside. We've got a table right here by the fireplace. It is super cozy. I actually haven't sat on this side of the restaurant in quite a while. And before we get into anything else, I do want to mention the changes that I've kind of been hearing about. And these changes pertain to the main entree portion of the meal. And the only reason I actually heard about these changes is in part due to my Facebook group, which if you guys aren't a part of, make sure you guys join the Main Street Foodies on Facebook. Someone actually posted just a couple of days ago that they dined here and they changed things up a little bit. And I was very shocked to hear that because they didn't change the menu online or anything or on the app. Nothing has really changed. No one has covered this. And I had no idea about this change. So I had to come check it out for myself and see what's changed. Because like I said, this is my favorite restaurant in the park. So I'm really hoping they didn't mess things up. But honestly, from what I'm hearing, I'm not too upset about the change because what I'm hearing is changed is actually my least favorite portion of the entree. So let me just tell you what has changed. Apparently they have changed the pork loin from the main platter to ham, and they have changed up the beef on the platter a little bit as well to include vegetables. Now, I'm not sure how true this is. Like I said, this hasn't been reported anywhere. This has not been updated on the menu or anything. So we're going to see how true this is, but I trust everyone in my Facebook group. So I'm kind of excited for this change. I do enjoy ham. And like I said, the pork wasn't ever really my favorite thing on the platter. So I'm hoping this ham is a little bit better than the old pork. Now, like I said, the menu hasn't been updated online or on the app, but I want to take a look over the menu here and see if it's been updated here. And upon looking it over, you can see our appetizer, our salad is the same, and our Patriots platter, it looks like they haven't really changed up the menu here either. It still says our smoked pork loin, so it hasn't been updated to the ham, and it's looking like everything else has kind of stayed the same as well. So let's just talk about the actual menu. Now, this is an all-you-care-to-enjoy meal, so everything you see on this menu you can order more of. Anything you kind of finish and you want to order more, you just ask your server and they'll be happy to bring you more of. So for guests ages 10 and over, this meal costs $45 per person, and for guests ages 9 and under, it is $24 per person. Your appetizer is a mixed green salad with apples, cranberries, and cheese, and a house-made dressing. It is so fantastic. You also get some rolls, and then your entree is a Patriots platter with turkey, pot roast, smoked pork, although we know that has changed to ham because I did actually ask my waitress and she confirmed it. Yeah, you get mashed potatoes with that, seasonal veggies, which are always green beans, stuffing, house-made mac and cheese, and then they have the dessert, the Ooey Gooey Toffee cake, which make sure you guys save room for. It is beyond delicious. The plant-based option, that apple cake, and then your beverages are included as well in the price. So if you guys want a Diet Coke or milk or tea or coffee, that's all included in the $45 or $24 price as well. I have got myself a little DC. Nice and crisp. And remember, we are at a sit-down restaurant in Magic Kingdom, so you can also order drinks here too. Quick look at the drink menu. They have a couple of different beers and then some specialty cocktails here as well. I actually haven't tried any of them, but if any of you guys have and you've tried one that's good, let me know. Maybe next time I come, I'll have to try one of them. And then on the back here, flip it over, we've got some different wines here as well, and a non-alcoholic specialty beverage too. It sounds kind of good. Frozen frozen Dole Whip. Okay, so our appetizers have come to our table, and as I mentioned, that includes a salad and some bread, and luckily that has not changed at all. I actually remember the last kind of big change to this menu included the bread here and this salad. They kind of changed up this salad as a whole. I believe they changed up the dressing and the toppings a bunch, and then they changed up the rolls as well. They used to just be plain rolls, and now they are these beautiful, fluffy little rolls, topped with some butter and herbs, and these rolls are delicious, as is this salad. I always say this every time I come here. This is the most underrated salad on Disney property. It is absolutely phenomenal. And I'm just so upset that you have to like pay the full meal to get this salad, because I would come to a restaurant just to get this salad. It is just that good. So we're gonna dive into this salad here first. This is the Declaration salad. It has mixed greens, apples, cranberries, and cheese with house-made dressing. And the house-made dressing in question is a honey shallot vinaigrette. And that honey shallot vinaigrette is what completely makes this salad for me. Everything else in the salad is okay, it's good, but that dressing, just absolutely fantastic. And since it's just me today, we don't have to share. We just get this whole salad so we could eat right from the bowl, which I love. And the cheese on here is a nice like smoked Gouda too. You know, I said I was giving all the compliments to the dressing, not really the toppings, but I do really enjoy the toppings in this salad as well. Let's dig in. That dressing, unbelievable. Blows me away every single time. It's so sweet, but in the best way possible. It's sweet, it's vinegary, and then you get that salty cheese in there, which works perfectly as well. I love the texture that the little chunks of apple give as well. A little crunchy kind of bite in there. It hits everything. It's sweet, it's salty, it's crunchy, and I cannot get enough of that dressing. I could, if you put this dressing in a little bowl, I would get a straw and drink it, for real. It is that good, and I say this every time as well. I just wish they would sell this salad over at Columbia Harbor House. Throw some grilled chicken. I'll even let them be lazy. Throw some chicken tenders on top of this salad here and sell it at Columbia Harbor House. I would get it every single time I come to the Magic Kingdom. It would easily be my like go-to favorite quick service food in Magic Kingdom if they just sold this salad somewhere, or just sold a salad with this dressing somewhere. I think I saw some copycat recipes of this dressing online, which I'm gonna have to recreate at some point because I really love it so much. But yeah, the salad is great. And then we've got our bread here, and look at that nice buttery top of the roll. The herbs on there kind of remind me of stuffing, and they're so soft, you know? I always have to hold myself back from eating too much of the salad and the bread because this meal just keeps getting hotter and hotter and hotter. We start hot with the appetizers, we get even hotter with the Patriots platter, and then we end just on fire with the Ooey Gooey toffee cake. So we gotta stop here and save room for the Patriots platter and dessert. All right, and here she is, our Patriots platter with a brand new look. And I gotta say, it's smelling a little different too, because I smell that glaze that is right on top of the ham. And take a look at that ham. It's looking pretty good, and it's got a little, what I'm assuming is like an apple cinnamon glaze on top, because I could smell that apple cinnamon taste. Smells a little bit like almost maybe applesauce. We've still got our green beans there. We've still got our turkey, our mashed potatoes in the middle. And then over here is our new and improved beef or pot roast. So instead of it just being like the beef, they've added like some vegetables in there. I don't think I have any, but I was told there's maybe like some carrots in some of them. I see an onion there. I don't see any carrots in mine just because I have like a smaller portion, just because it's a portion for one. But we still got our like new and improved beef. Like I said, it looks real good. And we've got our cranberry, our stuffing, our mac here, and then our big gravy boat. The chatter in the restaurant amongst all of the lovely cast members that I've spoken to is that the ham is a bit of an upgrade from the pork. Everyone seems to be really enjoying it. And like I said, I never really was the biggest fan of the pork here. I never really ate it because I like the turkey and the pot roast so much. So I usually stuck to those two, and I was never the biggest fan of the pork. So I always ate a bunch of the turkey and the beef, and I stayed away from it. But maybe now I'll be a big fan of this new ham. Let's see. Okay, so it definitely tastes a little bit dry, but overall it just tastes like your average ham that you would eat during the holiday season, whether it be Thanksgiving or Christmas at your family's house. It doesn't seem like there was that much love and care put into it, like I could make a better ham at my house, but it's still fairly good. I do really enjoy that apple glaze on top. I think that is really good. I do like a sweeter ham, and when they have that sweet glaze on there, so I think that is definitely a really nice touch, and I do overall think it is better than the pork. I always found the pork to be somehow even drier than this ham here, and it had a mushroom gravy on it, which helped a little bit, but it just wasn't my favorite. It wasn't super flavorful, and not that this ham is super flavorful either, but I do think it is certainly an upgrade from the old pork loin that they used to have here. I'll definitely find myself eating this ham way more than I used to eat the pork, and when I think of this restaurant, I really think of Thanksgiving, and a lot of times during Thanksgiving, families will have turkey and ham, so I think this is a really good option. I think it's a really good change here, and I think it's really cool for families that might not be from the US that want to experience a Thanksgiving meal to have this option here, because this is, I would say, more like a traditional Thanksgiving or a traditional American holiday meal here. If you're traveling here, this is pretty much a good representation of a Thanksgiving meal here with the addition of the ham, I think. So while I don't think it's anything that would get me rushing back here, like I said, I like the change. Now I want to go for this new beef, this new pot roast here. Like I said, they've added some veggies. I see a carrot there. I do see a little bit of a carrot. So they've added a little bit of veggies in here. I like that change too. Okay, now this is really good. For some reason, I feel like this has a deeper red wine, brown gravy flavor than usual, and this was always my favorite meat on the platter. I don't know if it's super different, but it definitely tastes like it has a more rich flavor. I don't know if it's from the addition of the veggies or what, but there's definitely some onions in here. There's some celery I'm seeing. There's some carrots. And I think this is an upgrade as well. Like I said, the flavors are generally the same, but just a little bit more maybe enhanced. And I think they're really good. Look, you can see that piece of celery there, a piece of onion next to it, and a little carrot on the end of the fork. The meat's tender, it's super flavorful, and just overall, really tasty. We've also got our turkey here, which I have, of course, drizzled a ton of that gravy on top. They gave me an entire boat of gravy for a single serving, which I am not mad about. This turkey is thick, it is never dry, and just like the beef, it has a ton of flavor as well. They put a little seasoned butter on it, and that gravy just picks it up even more too. I think this turkey is really good. A lot of people say turkey can be dry. Not this one here. It's a pretty solid turkey. I wouldn't expect turkey to be this good inside of a theme park, but I really like this turkey here, guys. I think it's really solid. We've got our mashed potatoes, all of our sides here. Mashed potatoes, always solid as well. Can't go wrong. Flavorful, thick, creamy. Our stuffing here. You gotta combine the stuffing and the mashed potatoes. A little combo bite. Stuffing's dry on its own, but I gotta add some more gravy on top. That's on me. And the sleeper hit of this entire platter, the green beans. Green beans have no business being this good, it's probably because they're incredibly unhealthy because they just douse these in butter and garlic. But I love the green beans that they serve here at Liberty Tree. They say they're a seasonal veggie, but they're green beans every single time. The seasonal vegetable has been green beans. This has been the vegetable in season for like 5 years. Other than the little thing of cranberry sauce that we've got here, the only other thing we've got to try from the main platter is the mac and cheese, which I have found to be super hit or miss lately here. I come here often because, as I said, it is my favorite restaurant in the park. This mac and cheese is either like super dry or on point and really good. And I did let this sit for a while. It's the last thing I'm eating, so it might look a little bit dry, but from what I'm seeing, it is actually really creamy, or it was really creamy when it was first brought out. So I think we're having an on day for the mac and cheese here tonight. Yeah, it is for sure an on day. I wish I ate this first because it would have been so much better when it was a lot warmer and a lot creamier, but it's still really creamy and really good today. It's pretty much your standard like Disney mac and cheese, but for some reason, when this mac and cheese is on here at Liberty Tree, it just tastes so much better than the standard Disney mac and cheese. And this is a huge meal, guys. We got so much food here, and this is just like the serving for one. But remember, if I wanted more of anything, I could always order more, and depending on how big your party is, they bring you a bigger platter or a couple of different platters, and you could always order more of whatever you want. So if you just want more turkey and mashed potatoes, you could just ask for that, and they'll bring you a big platter of turkey and mashed potatoes. If you just want more mac and cheese, you could ask for that, and they'll bring you another bowl of that. So keep that in mind. You could order as much food as you want. So for the price, all this food, it's really not that bad. You're getting the drink, appetizer, entree, and a dessert, which we're on to now. The desserts have arrived, and you're probably noticing we not only have one dessert on the table, but we actually have two, and that is because I heard the plant-based dessert is actually new as well, so I wanted to try that out. And since we already know what the Ooey Gooey Toffee cake tastes like, of course, let's get into this plant-based Johnny Appleseed's warm apple cake first. Now, they let me know this has gotten revamped. This has pretty much always been on the menu as the plant-based option, but they've changed it up a bit. It's now served warm, and they have an option that you can get this with regular ice cream and regular caramel in it if you don't eat plant-based and you still wanted to try it out. So I did get just like regular ice cream instead of the vegan ice cream, and this is looking really delicious. It looks like warm and gooey, and I can't wait to dig into this. It's got like a little crumb on top. It kind of looks like a cinnamon bun almost. I can't wait to try this out. I don't know if I've ever tried this before they changed it, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to compare it to what it used to be like, but I'll be able to tell you if this version tastes good. At first, when I was eating this, I was like, oh yeah, this is delicious. And then I started eating it a little bit more, and I noticed a really interesting, almost like bitter aftertaste. At first, this was really good though, and I tried a bit of the cake on its own, and the cake on its own is really good. It's really nice and moist. Like I said, it's warm. The ice cream is fine as well because there's just plain vanilla ice cream. I really like the crunchy part of the topping. It has almost like a crunchy apple crumb topping. I think the apples themselves, I think that's where the like bitterness comes from. The apples and the caramel that they're tossed in are a little bit bitter, but it's still good. Like for a plant-based dessert, like it's decent. I wouldn't get this again as someone who doesn't eat plant-based, but I did want to try it out so I could show you guys the change here. But I know this Ooey Gooey toffee cake is going to be way more than decent. This has vanilla toffee cake, chocolate sauce, and vanilla ice cream, and I always like to describe this as almost like a warm, gooey, underbaked chocolate skillet cookie, like a chocolate chip skillet cookie with vanilla ice cream and just a ton of toffee. And they really loaded this thing up with toffee pieces today. I don't know if they just had like extra Heath bar left over from Halloween or what, but this thing is extra loaded today, and I'm not mad about it. Oh yeah. This is one of my favorite desserts in all of Disney World. This is a dessert that's going to be so consistent every single time. You know it's going to come out nice and warm and gooey in that cookie, and just delicious every time. I have never had a bad Ooey Gooey toffee cake. I truly haven't. Actually, I was here maybe like a month or two ago for my friend Hudson's birthday, and since it was his birthday and we were here with a big table, they brought out this giant skillet of Ooey Gooey toffee cake. It was huge. I was actually like so shook when it was delivered to our table. There had to be like 8 toffee cakes under this giant mound of ice cream. It was hilarious, and it was honestly like we were like cracking up. It was so funny. We couldn't even make a dent in it, but it was awesome. And this toffee cake, like I said, you have to make sure you save so much room in your stomach for it because it is just that good. I always say I feel like this dessert here is worth coming to this restaurant alone for, and it just sucks that you can't come here and just get the dessert or you can't get it elsewhere. You have to pay the full price for the meal, but whenever I'm craving some Ooey Gooey toffee cake, I will bite the bullet and just pay the full price for the meal because it's worth it. All right, we are finished up with dinner, and I gotta say, I really liked everything too, no surprise. Like I said, Liberty Tree is my favorite restaurant in this park, and it will remain my favorite restaurant after these very minor changes. The only real changes we saw to the menu were in some of the meats. Of course, the ham is way different than the roasted pork that they used to have, and the beef is a little bit different as well. I think both of them were upgrades from their old versions, and the vegan dessert is a little bit different as well. If any of you guys have had the old vegan dessert, let me know how the one I had today looked, because like I said, I never got to try the old one, so I thought the one today was fairly good, but I'm not sure what the old one used to be like. Now, with Thanksgiving coming up, a lot of you guys are probably going to be looking to dine at Liberty Tree Tavern very soon, because it is pretty much the only restaurant at Disney World that is serving up a true all-you-can-eat Thanksgiving style meal. So I do have a couple of little tips and tricks to help you score that reservation, because it is the most popular restaurant to dine at for or around Thanksgiving. The first one is there is a restaurant right next door to Liberty Tree that is serving up the exact same menu, the exact same food as Liberty Tree, and that is the Diamond Horseshoe. Diamond Horseshoe and Liberty Tree Tavern actually have the exact same menu. They share a kitchen in the back, so therefore they are serving the exact same food. This didn't always used to be the case. After COVID, they kind of adopted the exact same menu, which is kind of unfortunate, but since I love the menu at Liberty Tree, I don't mind it. I actually kind of sometimes prefer dining in the Diamond Horseshoe because I feel like the vibe is a little bit more cozy. But if you can't find a reservation for Liberty Tree, always check if there's any availability at the Diamond Horseshoe. The restaurant is a little bit smaller inside, actually a lot smaller inside, but a lot of people don't realize that they have the same exact menu, so they don't realize that they could just book that and get that Thanksgiving meal. So you might have some luck in booking a reservation at the Diamond Horseshoe instead. Now, if you still can't find a reservation at Diamond Horseshoe, another thing you could do is use a website or an app that's like a Disney reservation finder tool. The one I personally like to use is called mousewatcher.com. This is not sponsored, paid for in any way. That is just personally what I use to find a reservation when I am not able to find one. It is how I scored a reservation for Beacon Barrel on opening day. It is how I scored a reservation for GO82 on opening day. But you pay a fee, a small fee. I think it's like $5 or $10. And if a reservation opens up, they send you a notification. If you're quick enough, you're able to book it. Like I said, I've always had very good luck. There are some reservation websites and stuff that are free of charge, but MouseWatcher is just the one that I have personally had the best of luck using. If any of you guys have like recommendations for those reservation finding websites that you have had good luck using, comment them down below to help some people, because like I said, those Liberty Tree reservations go by real quick on Thanksgiving, and I know a lot of you guys are going to be looking to dine there on Thanksgiving. But if all else fails and you can't get a reservation at Diamond Horseshoe, you've used the apps and you can't get a reservation at Liberty Tree, do not worry. A lot of the restaurants around Disney World will also have a special Thanksgiving meal. So at Steakhouse 71, I know at Sanaa, they have like a special Thanksgiving meal. It won't really be like listed on the app or anything until maybe like the week before, but don't worry, a lot of them will have like a special turkey meal or something. So you will still be able to get your turkey on Thanksgiving. I know a lot of the food courts around the Disney resorts will have a turkey meal as well. So you'll still be able to get your turkey fix at Disney World if you cannot score that Liberty Tree reservation. And I know know we've been standing over here, so you've probably already noticed, but Tom Sawyer Island is completely blocked off. You cannot see anything. The walls are completely covering it. The river is completely drained. There is no more water left in it. And hopefully construction for Cars Land is well underway. But there's still one thing I want to do here in the Magic Kingdom today. A brand new snack stand actually just opened in Tomorrowland called AstroFizz, I believe. So I think we're going to head back into Tomorrowland and check it out, and I'll show you guys what they have on the menu. This new snack stand that I speak of is called AstroFizz, and it is replacing the former Cool Ship here in Tomorrowland. This place is pretty big. They've pretty much completely redone the space, and since they've redone it completely and made this pretty large, I honestly expected a little bit more and maybe a little bit of a more interesting menu. I mean, they really only have like your basic Disney World snacks. They have popcorn, they have cinnamon glazed nuts, they have cotton candy, they have a slew of different drinks, including like frozen slushies and Coke, blue raspberry, and Fanta orange. They also have some different ice cream bars, like a Mickey ice cream bar, sandwich, and frozen fruit cups. And the only real out-of-the-box thing they have, if you want to consider it that, is the cherry cola churro. So that's what we're going to pick up here. This is a churro rolled in cherry sugar, drizzled with Coca-Cola cherry icing, and topped with cherry popping candies for $7.49. I'm not really sure what's going on in Tomorrowland. There is a DJ blaring Dua Lipa, but we have picked up our churro here, and it doesn't look great, if I must admit, which I'm not surprised about. My expectations are below the ground. Disney World churros are not good. They're actually awful. I never get them. They're hard as a rock 99% of the time, and they're just simply not good. This one looks like it has chocolate milk drizzled on top of it, and that's supposed to be that like cherry cola sauce. So we'll see. I'm just hoping that it's not super hard and I don't crack my teeth. I just picked it up and I can already tell you, rock solid. So we're not off to a great start here. That is really not good. The churro, I got a bite from the center, okay? So it wasn't like super hard and crunchy. The end that I picked up, hard and crunchy and not good texture. So the inside, the center, was like okay texturally, but you could just taste that it is so stale and old. It does not taste fresh whatsoever. What is the real issue here is that sugar. That sugar is sour. The sugar is truly, truly appalling. I'm trying to think of the flavor, and it just tastes like sour, sugary syrup. Sugar syrup that's sour. That's all I could think of. Like, I knew this was gonna be stale and old, but I expected at least the flavor to be okay, you know? But it's off on all fronts. The flavor actually might be worse than the staleness. Like, I'm just actually wondering who tasted this. This is probably one of the worst churros I have ever had. And I had every single churro over in Disneyland last time I was there, like last month. And every single one of them was significantly better tasting than this. Not just comparing the staleness. I'm talking about the flavor. Yeah, this is like their headline new snack at this stand, and it is truly not good, unfortunately. Like, they have this new stand here, and it's big in there. It is a huge space. I wish they could at least have like the churro oven that they have at each small stand at Disneyland. I wish they would have just made that in there. You know, they have the space. Give them a little churro oven, and I mean, this flavor. This flavor just needs to be taken off the menu completely. You cannot get a plain churro there. This is the only option, this cherry cola one, and I got to say, I would not recommend. I would rather get a regular plain churro. I would rather get no churro at Disney World, but I would rather get a plain churro than this. This is... Well, that is certainly an interesting end to our day of trying new food here in Magic Kingdom. You guys will have to let me know what you think of the changes over at Liberty Tree. As I've mentioned many times at this point, I'm a fan of them. But thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Thank you to everyone over on Patreon. I appreciate your support. If you enjoy honest Disney food reviews, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.